Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling. And man, I really appreciate you guys coming by the channel and spending some of your day with me. Always happy to have you guys and very grateful to have you guys around here. Guys, today I want to talk about why we need bass fishing more than ever before in 2025 in light of all the stuff that's been going on lately. It is such a privilege to have bass fishing as an outlet, as a therapeutic outlet. And I want to get into that in today's video and have a little commentary on that. I'm also, guys, before we get started, just to thank you, everybody that's taken time to subscribe here at Intuitive Angling. Man, if you have one of the people that have hit that subscribe button, big thank you from me and my family. And also, guys, as usual, thank you very much for everybody that's been going into my video description and using all the links I put in there. If you guys are wanting to support Intuitive Angling and you like the content, in my video descriptions, there's a bunch of different ways you can support the channel. So appreciate everybody that's been doing that. Big thank you for me and my family. Okay, guys, in light of we've had a really a lot of chaos, a lot of turmoil in the country and on the globe over this past summer. I mean, it just seems like it's never ending, and just there's always some type of drama and chaos and, you know, just weird stuff going on. I mean, it's very easy to get depressed by it. It's very easy to get anxious by it. It's very easy to get angry at it. And this has actually been going on now, you know, for about 10 years. I don't really understand how we got to this point, guys, because, you know, I was born in 1961. You know, I've been aware of stuff like this since I was a teenager. And I don't ever remember us being in a time in history like we have been the last 10 years where we are just so divided and so angry and so mad. And you know what I'm talking about. All you guys out there that are my age, you guys have seen the transition that we've had, and it's depressing at times that people just can't get along. And that's a topic for a different video here. But in light of that, in light of, you know, sort of where we are as a collective, you know, group of people and a society globally and here in the United States, sort of we're in a tough period right now. So anyway, let's talk a little bit about what I want to talk about why bass fishing is more important than it's ever been. Bass fishing is one of the greatest therapeutic outlets that there is for people that have done it. And I've had a chance throughout my bass fishing career to fish with thousands and thousands of people. Guys, a lot of you guys that have heard me say this before that have watched the channel, I have had a chance to fish with literally every person, every walk of life of people. I fished with billionaires, I fished with actors and actresses and professional athletes, people that are homeless, people that, wounded veterans, wounded warriors, fishing with a lot of veterans, fishing with a lot of military people. I mean, I've just fished with the entire gamut of people. And I've been in the boat with a lot of people that are struggling and having a tough time for whatever reason, what's going on in their life. And one thing that I can tell you is every person that I have ever fished with that is struggling or having a hard time, when they come off the water, they are recharged, rejuvenated, and they forgot their situation for a day at least. You know, being out on the water, it's like it is so therapeutic that it's just undeniable. It's like, I don't know if there's anything to describe it, because when you're bass fishing in the true sense of bass fishing, you're immersed into so many things that is beneficial to you on a mental, physical, and spiritual level. You guys know what I'm talking about. That's why I always am pushing and I'm always stressing for the purity of fishing and the simplicity of fishing and the non-tech way of fishing. Because what happens, guys, is the closer you are to the true nature of fishing, that is more therapeutic with it. That is why I can tell you a couple different things, guys. If you want just a pure therapeutic outlet, go wade a creek if you can. If you're physically able, find some nice little creek or nice little stream, get you a spinning rod with like a little Rapalamina on it or a little Ned rig, and just spend the day wading that stream. You know, feeling the water around your ankles and, you know, casting into those little pools and seeing the minnows and crawdads in the water and the snakes up on the bank, and just spend the day wading that creek, man. You will come out of it recharged. Same with the farm pond. You guys know a farmer that's got a farm pond, put you on a spinnerbait, you know, go walking around that pond, just start fishing. Those are two really good ways. And then if you're bass fishing, one of the things that I'm going to tell you that will really help you to get the full amount of therapeutic value from fishing is either fish by yourself or fish with somebody that's a good friend of yours. And either or, whatever you prefer. Some people prefer to fish alone. Some people like the social environment of fishing with somebody. But fish with somebody that you enjoy spending time with, somebody that you love, somebody that's close to you, or by yourself, or with your dog with you, or something like that. And when you go out on the water with no expectations of catching any fish. And if you catch a fish, great, but that's just a bonus. You are not out there to catch fish. If you want to experience the full therapeutic element of fishing, because here's what's happened. It's like if you go out there with no expectations whatsoever and you fully immerse yourself in each minute and each second and each hour of the day where you're out there and you're noticing everything. It's like, try to heighten your awareness. Notice everything that's up on the bank. Notice the leaves changing colors. Feel the wind in your face. Feel the sun in your face. Notice any activity on the bank. Appreciate the water, the sound of the water lapping up against the bank. Appreciate, pulling up underneath a shade tree at 11 o'clock and having some lunch, something like that. And then if you catch a fish, great. If you catch a fish, take some time to really admire that fish. Here, I'll give you one little tip that will really give you some therapeutic advice in fishing. The next time you catch a bass, put your awareness on high when you catch that bass and take a look at that bass and study it from head to tail, literally. Look at that bass, study its teeth, its little bitty gristly teeth on there, look inside of its mouth and feel that, its tongue in there. Smell the fish, put your nose inside the bass's mouth. There's not another smell on the earth, guys, that smells like a bass. Once you smell a bass, it will become ingrained in your olfactory senses, and there's not another smell on the planet. I love the smell of a bass. Try that if you've never tried it. Smell a bass. Notice the coloration in it. Notice the different, levels of coloration in the lateral lines. Every bass is colored different. Some are pale, some are bright. Some have real defined lateral lines, some have real pale lateral lines. Look at the fins on it. Just appreciate the bass for what an incredible, beautiful creature it is, and then gently put it back in the water and watch it swim away. That is what gives you the therapy. It's like, it's going to give you so much more therapy holding that fish in the water and watching that fish swim away, thanking it for the experience of catching it, than it ever will if you put it in a live well to haul it around in a tournament or put a fillet knife to it. So, it's like I said, it's like a lot of, I feel sorry for people that have not had the chance to bass fish and have a little bit of success at it, because unless they've done that, they can't really understand fully what I'm talking about. You guys that are watching this channel, most of you are bass fishing, you've caught a fish out there. But what the point of this video is, what I'm trying to make, is use bass fishing for its full therapeutic value that it has. And the only way that you can do that is going low tech as possible. Don't even turn your electronics on. Don't even turn them on. Just go fishing. Just try to keep it at the purest level, the simplest level as possible, and that's what brings the most therapeutic value in it. Another thing when you're out there, guys, is I don't care, how mad you are at what's going on in the world, or the bills you have to pay at home, or whatever. We all have problems. There's not a single person out there that isn't fighting their own battles. We are all fighting our battles, everybody out there. But try to go out there and try to just leave it on the bank, man. Just leave it on the bank, and when you get out on the water, just be present. Be fully present in that therapeutic healing, value that fishing has, and you'll come out of it recharged. You'll just getting away from it a day, and getting away from all that crap you see on the news, and all the division, and all the strife, and all the anger, and all the gaslighting, and all the lying that we see, that's so accessible through social media and the news. You've got to get away from that, guys. Don't be one of those people that sit down in front of the news channel, glued in your easy chair in the living room. It's just going to get you pissed off. It's going to get you mad. It's going to get you anxious. It's going to get you angry. It's not going to do any benefit. It's going to harm your body. It's going to harm your mind. It's going to harm your relationships. It's going to harm everything. The more time you can spend out on the water in a purity of nature, guys, and that's the most important part of it, the better. And that is why I'm so adamant and I'm such an environmental advocate of not, destroying our planet through all the stuff we are currently destroying it by, because we have got to have that therapeutic avenue to go to. We've got to have that. And once you take that away from the human experience is diminished tremendously. So anyway, guys, hope you're all well. We'll check in later.